Columbus, Indiana, it's Dakota Miller.
All right, Dakota Miller coming in.
Yeah, kicking off our pro fight portion, we're going to actually start with Kinyas on Kinyas fighting, right? We got two brothers from the same team.
Oh, God.
And both of them are showmen, too. These guys have fought together on the world stage. Like, to see them fight each other is going to be a whole nother thing.
Yeah, this is going to be epic.
So now, Mickey Gallus, who has fought tonight, he has been on the house mic tonight. I think he probably even did some valet parking at some point. You're also going to join us on the broadcast as well.
Yeah, I'll be hanging out once in a while, giving some my insights to some of these pro fights. But man, this is exactly what I want to see. Kinyas is one of the top teams in the world right now, and that's why we have a lot of Kinyas fighters fighting tonight. So, and these are my brothers. I fight with them too, so I'm excited to be watching them kick each other's butts.
All right.
Fighter number 2, from Davison, Michigan, it's Sean Fabian.
It'll be Sean Fabian, his teammate, who will fight against Dakota Sword Breaker Miller. We're now on the pro fight side of the card. So what does that mean? We switch to 3 2-minute rounds with 2-minute rest between the rounds. Still, at this point, you have to be in the same weight class.
Yep.
Can't do any catch weight bouts, same weight class. Mixed weapons allowed. Up to 15 seconds of ground fighting. And at this point on the pro side of the card, they're fighting for rank as well and fighting ultimately to capture the crown. If you take a look at the tail of the tape, sponsored by Tennessee, Boo Hurt, Fabian out of Davison, Michigan, Miller out of Columbus, Indiana. Same height, basically same weight, basically same experience, same age. And again, they fight together. So you're going to see a lot of familiarity here and a lot of fun.
Fighters to the center of the ring. To introduce the fighters, wearing the red and blue tabard, it's Dakota Miller. And his opponent, wearing the black with the red Kinyas sun, it's Sean Fabian.
Some of that showboating you talked about?
Yeah. The crowd's still doing that.
The fighters have agreed to 3 2-minute rounds. If you're taken to the ground, you'll be stood up after 15 seconds. No illegal strikes. Defend yourselves at all times and obey the referee at all times. Fighters, do you agree to these terms? Then touch tips and back to your corners.
Let's go, boys!
Fighter number 1, are you ready? Fighter number 2, are you ready? And Canton, who's ready for some more violence? Then start fight.
All right, we are underway. It's Miller against Fabian. Miller coming off a victory. Fabian coming off a loss in his last fight. Dakota Miller, also the 4th-ranked light heavyweight behind Ronan Santo, Adris Studenicki, and Taylor Jones, the current champion.
They have a heck of a camp out there, brother. Taylor Jones trains his boys very well. They put on a heck of a show in Houston. All his fighters look fantastic.
Swords and shields in this one, and there you heard sword directly on shield, and the reverberating sound it made throughout the arena.
Yep, and we're getting into that clinch, kind of the stomach, trying to control the biceps, couple short knees. Little reversal, now we're back out to being separated.
Stay outside, now this being a pro fight, you're going to see a lot more experience in the fighters. 2 rounds requires a whole different level of stamina.
100%.
And not just physical, but mental stamina as well, right, Kevin?
Yes, mental is half the, if not 75% of the battle. Physical, you can train. Cardio, you can train. The mental aspect of it, something else. Good cage pressure. You notice how he's taking his helmet. He's trying to get under Dakota's helmet and put some pressure there. That's fantastic as a fighter. What you want to do is get under that opponent. But there's Dakota getting that reverse on the cage, trying to get that sweep. Not quite there.
Get out, Sean. Light heavyweight bout here between Swordbreaker Miller and Sean Fabian. A little bit slower in the get-go.
Yep, they know they've got 3 rounds. They've got 3 2-minute rounds. It's a long time. And you might hear some boosts in the crowd. They don't understand how hard. I get asked all the time, how do I get into this? They don't understand how hard this sport actually is.
And there you see
30 seconds.
the attempt there to try and use the leg, hook the leg and get a takedown. Just not able to quite get it around enough, though.
They're filling each other out this round. If they can get it, they got it.
There's one.
And he's got it. Dakota's got it. He's going to try to work that knee inside him, leave where it's at, get some points while he's down. Then good attempt from half guard there by Sean Fabian.
So again, 15 seconds of ground game in pro fights. A little bit more time.
And stop fight. Fighters to your corners. We'll give him a quick minute to rest.
Yep.
And send him back out.
And that
for round
takedown
number 2.
might have been, the difference in a round. That's how important takedowns are. They're extreme. They do get you some points. Get some replay on that action.
A lot of feeling each other out here in this first round, as you see here.
Yep. There's a little bit of cage pressure, and they try to lock up. They're trying to control that inside of the biceps. Good small knee. Here's that takedown attempt.
It was a good block at first. But
yes.
Then and credit to Miller for continuing to use that strength and pull him over.
That's that experience level. He knew to keep going for that.
Yeah, that's going to be the hardest thing. These guys train on a team, so grappling is pretty much all they do the entire time against each other training. This might be the first time in a long time they brought swords out to be striking. So that's really, I think, where the game's going to win. And that's why they were so slow at the beginning, just tippy-tapping to figure out where's the opening at.
Right.
They know their grapple game of each other. They come from the same camp. But striking's a personal game. It's a style.
And that's a sacrifice in itself to fight I wouldn't choose to fight my friends over somebody I don't like or someone I don't know. So they're making a good sacrifice to fight each other, to put on a show for this crowd, and put a good, show for Armored MMA.
Despite being on the same team, Fabian actually said, "Hey, I studied game film of his past AMA fights." So he's coming in this to win. It's not like, hey, we're friends, let's just rough each other up and have fun. He wants to win this.
It's respect. I think if you're looking at film on your opponent, you respect them enough to know they're a threat, and you need to learn their game plan.
Round number 2. Fighter number 1, are you ready? Fighter number 2, are you ready? And who wants to see them crash and bash and beat the snot out of each other? Then start fight.
Something to look out for here in this second round. If you're Miller's been working on his grappling game. We'll see if that comes into effect here. Fabian, on the other hand, said, hey, tempo is going to be the name of the game for me in this one. It's not cardio the way cardio conditioning, yes, but it's pacing yourself.
Setting the pace of the fight, 100%. You want to make them feel like they're locked in there with you, not the other way around.
It's interesting, though, that Swordbreaker Miller talked about the grappling side of things, given his MMA background, right? You'd almost assume that comes most naturally amongst everything else.
You have to be able to grapple in that sport for sure.
But it's one thing that he's been actually working more on now because he feels like it's not where it needs to be.
The main thing you can hear that I noticed with the pro fights, you can hear the snap of that sword. Yeah. How much harder it comes through. Like Mickey, he can swing that sword harder than I can. And years of practice and whipping that around. Seeing some good leg strikes. And they're doing a good job of separating. When they notice they don't have something, they're separating out.
And that's 1 minute. That's the strategy side of being on the pro part of the card, right? You're not just in there using your body, but you're also really thinking in real time about where do you want to take this.
100%. Sean's just kind of pecking at him there to see if that opening for that shield punch. But Dakota's doing a great job returning the moment he gets hit. Tit for tat. Nice short shield punch from Dakota there.
And again, it's that thrust to the throat that just kind of knocks you either into or out of coherence for a moment.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds left to go in this second round.
And there's that grapple. We will try to see Sean getting some short points on the liver shots there. See if Dakota's going to get this takedown. Looks like he might if he gets it. But it might. Oh, good fumble around by those guys. And that's why you see that they're teammates, man. They know each other.
Yep.
10 seconds, fighters.
Pressed up against the cage. You see him, that right leg trying to get it around the calf of Miller.
And you do risk some injury when you go for such a deep sweep like that with the knee. That's why you don't see them sometimes commit. They're like, oh, well, why don't they just keep going, keep wrapping that knee, If they sit down on it, it snaps. You're looking at surgery.
Some of the highlights here from this second round. So really, a little bit of attacks, but I would say largely more of that feeling each other out and trying to find an opening. But not from a place of passiveness, more I think just from a place of,
I mean,
you don't want to be over anticipatory and then end up on your back as a result.
Yeah, and those shots are actually really like, now that we're watching it again, I'm like, every time just popping them super hard.
Dakota's doing a good job with that feint into that shield punch. He's seeing that that's working, so that's an opening he's found. And the good thing with Sean, he's not giving him much openings. Neither opponent's really given much to the other one as far as creating so they can exploit a weakness.
Yeah, I mean, they're really, if Sean had to go out there and change anything about his game, put Dakota on the wall, and you just start rocking him. Like, it doesn't matter how tough Dakota is. Take some risks and get him down, because Dakota is popping him every time. Sean's kind of like walking into it. He's getting hit, like, just sniped, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's just going to wear you down in the long run.
I'll agree. That replay really did show it a lot more.
Sure.
That replay showed how effective those shield punches are.
Final round. Fighter number 1, are you ready? Fighter number 2, are you ready? And let's make some noise for these boys! And start fighting.
All right, Canton is ready for round 3 of this light heavyweight pro fight at Armored MMA. We are here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, and we are sold out to the rafters for this medieval mayhem. Hard strikes with those swords.
Hard strikes, yep.
Yeah, they're still both occupying that yellow ring. Barely, actually, they both have center at this point. And what they need to do is see one opening and just go for it. Right?
Yep.
It's too close. They're all, the crowd is even telling them they're not
Y'all got to
pushing.
go. Yep. And that is part of fighting. Like, you do have to entertain the crowd.
Yeah.
You can win, but you got to be an entertaining fighter.
And I think what's so unique about the AMA crowd is they really do, like, in traditional MMA, you don't often hear fans booing as fighters are in that feel-out stage or not doing heavy action. But here, and perhaps it's because the prompt at the beginning is, do you want violence?
Right.
So they are just responding to what they are seeing, yes or no. And I think the fighters really kind of buy into that, though, on the other side of it.
100%. Oh, yeah. We're looking at Sean trying to set up this takedown. He doesn't quite have it. But beautiful turn of events there. Good job from Sean getting those feet up to push him off. He's trying to get to his feet. He's going to have to get a forearm on the ground. Yeah, and then Dakota's just going to smack those points in. No
Shots
point to go down there with
body, and now using those shield punches to the head.
Yep.
Now driving the knee for leverage. Right, and that's a lot of weight coming down on you, right? That's
Sean's trying to get that shield. I think he's got an armor failure right there on that shield. The strap there come undone.
And when Miller presses down with that knee, that's 205 pounds of Dakota Miller plus
the armor.
100 pounds of armor.
And he has a, keep in mind, he's got the breastplate right there. That's there to protect you. But you've got 205 pounds plus the armor coming down on metal, coming down onto your stomach.
Plus the armor you're wearing. On top of
just doesn't feel good. Even those short shots you see with the shield when he's just kind of pecking it into the sternum, it doesn't feel good. But we got that armor failure fixed in the time, no penalty. They're going to finish up these last 20 seconds. Okay.
A lot of action here coming out. Right at it. Close quarters combat.
Yep.
Right and left hands with the weapons in hand. And pressing him up against the cage. Fabian trying to get a little bit more out of Miller.
Oh, good shield shot from Dakota there.
Contact and creating distance in the process. He physically moved Fabian.
Good takedown. Wonderful way to end that fight. Dakota did such a good job with those single shots and then coming in there with that takedown at the very end. Beautiful.
And
well done.
Able to sneak that in right as the clock expired, so it does count for points.
110. That's so great.
So here's that third round recap again coming for you here on the replay.
Here's the thing that people aren't even really, like, they know each other so well that is exhausting right there.
Sure.
Like, that takedown exchange, even before that, they're exhausting each other because they're countering everything. They're moving brick walls at this point.
And then when we resumed action after the armor failure break, you see here this just all-out war between the two fighters. Mickey, let's get your call for the winner.
Fighters to the center. After 3 rounds to kick off our pro fight portion of the evening, your winner is Dakota Miller!
Dakota Miller picks up the W, living up to that 4th ranking in the light heavyweight division. Great victory for him, which is a great fight overall.
Yeah, fantastic fight. I see you, Dakota.
Dakota Miller,
Let's take it
ladies and
to
gentlemen.
Heck of a fight, man. So these guys are teammates. They train together at the pro level. You didn't have much give and take there. They were you know each other well. So what adjustment, what opening did you feel you had to find and what worked for you?
Really, the whole goal wasn't really to change anything training-wise. It's just to do what I know I'm good at, which is swing the sword, take the guy down, punch him a lot.
Love it, man. Now, with the growth of this sport, there is more film out there and everything. And you guys have seen film on each other. Is that something that you did for him? Did you watch film even though you know him?
Short bit, yeah. You can find his old fights on the AMMA website, so I went back, watched some, did what I thought I needed to do, and it worked out.
Proud of you. Enjoy this win. Thank you for your time, brother.
All right, once again, congratulations to the Swordbreaker, Dakota Miller, picking up yet another victory as he hopes to climb the ranks and get ever closer to the crown.